Yes, I'm still working on part 3. I just made this video as a kind of mental health break. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Monsters of the Mind. As always, I'm your host, Mr.G. In America today, it is August 16th. However, across the international dateline, it is August 17th. And on that day marks the Independence Day of Indonesia. So, in order to celebrate, I've decided to look at 5 distinct monsters from the archipelago nation. But before we do, I guess I should have to put up a disclaimer. This was kind of a hard subject to research. I kept coming across contradictory claims and things like that. Plus, there's no pronunciation guides, so, that's fun. So, if I get anything wrong in this video, like a pronunciation or passing off misinformation, then I would love to be corrected because, like I said, this is a hard subject to research. But without further ado, let's get into this. Toils are said to be the resurrected spirits of dead children brought back to life by dark magic. Visually, they resemble what we think of when we think of goblins, but with gray skin and cloudy eyes, just very uncanny. Toils are pretty much used to commit crimes for their master, like theft or causing a ruckus. However, it's said that major crimes like murder are too much for the ghost child. Luckily, since they are still children mentally, they are easily distracted. So if you were to leave things like marble outside, then the Toil would play with them and eventually forget why it was at your house. As for the owner of the ghost, it's said that they have to constantly feed them, or at night the Toil will suck blood from their big toe or thumb. In addition, a Toil is something you're stuck with once you summon it, with it even being passed down to your descendants after your death. The only way to get rid of a Toil is to either give its remains a burial, or toss them out to sea. During the day, Leeks are said to resemble ordinary humans, but at night, their head will detach from their body, attached to several entrails. In addition, their tongue stretches out and they grow long fangs. The Leeks are said to be bloodsuckers, primarily targeting women. Pregnant women, but they also feast on corpses if they can't find any. It's said that the Leeks are ruled by an evil queen named Rongda, who also commands other evil creatures like witches or demons. It's said that she is the main rival of the spirit leader Barong, and to this day, these two's rivalry is used to symbolize the struggles between good and evil. Seems like every country has its own murderous ghost woman, and Indonesia's is Kuntilanak, often described as looking like a pregnant woman. Who she haunts, depends on the source. Some say she only haunts men, some say she only goes after unmarried women, and some say she only goes after pregnant women. What she does is also variable. Some say that she steals your organs, your baby, or your blood. Regardless of who she haunts or what she does, it is said that you can tell she's near by either hearing the sound of a baby crying or smelling a dead body. Wewe Gomble is said to be the ghost of a woman who was mob-killed after murdering her husband after she found out he was cheating on her. As a ghost, she's described as having long... Moving on. She's sort of a reverse Boogeyman figure. Since while Boogeymen typically kidnap naughty children to teach them a lesson, Wewe kidnaps kids from abused families until their parents learn a lesson. During the meantime, she is described as being very kind and motherly towards her abductees. So if you're kind to the people you abduct, does it still count as kidnapping? I don't know. I'm not a lawmaker. Pokong or ghost described as being covered in a shroud, which if you don't know is a sheet that people are buried with in several faiths such as Judaism or Islam. Anyways, it's said that after death, a person's spirit remains on Earth for 40 days, and on the 40th day, the ties around the head, neck, and feet must be untied for the spirit to move on, and if it isn't, then the Pokong will spring to life, unable to rest until its ties are freed. Like people, some Pokong are good and some are evil, but regardless, once it's freed, the Pokong can finally ascend to the afterlife. Well, I hope you enjoyed our romp through Indonesian folklore. Maybe I'll make similar videos for other countries on their Independence Days. But then again, I don't know what I would do for England. Oh well. Bye. See you in part 3 of my series. I'm so excited.